Thomas Tuchel has reportedly already given his verdict on Nottingham Forest star Elliot Anderson amid rumours of interest from Manchester United. England boss Thomas Tuchel has already delivered his verdict on Elliot Anderson, who continues to be linked with a move to Manchester United. The Nottingham Forest midfielder has been on United's radar since last summer, with fresh speculation emerging during the January transfer window. United have long been in the market for midfield reinforcements, with Anderson among a host of names being mentioned as potential targets. Brighton's Carlos Baleba, Wolves' Joao Gomez, and Crystal Palace's Adam Wharton have all been mentioned as possible arrivals at Old Trafford in recent months, alongside Anderson. Despite making 4 signings last summer, United opted not to bolster their midfield options. Multiple reports now suggest the Red Devils will seek to address this midfield either before the February 2nd deadline or during the summer window. Whether Anderson would be part of those plans remains uncertain, with some suggestions that Forest could demand around £100 million for the 23-year-old. Reports the Manchester Evening News. A report in the Daily Mail has provided more insight further on Anderson's situation, including Tuchel's assessment of the midfielder, whom he is expected to manage for England at this summer's World Cup. Tuchel has reportedly described Anderson in private as a gift, which will be encouraging news for United if they remain genuinely interested in securing the England international's services. Anderson shone for England's under-21s last summer at the Euro U21 Championships in Slovakia, with the Young Lions triumphing over Germany in the final. The Forest midfielder was instrumental in that final victory, and it was that performance which earned Anderson his promotion to Tuchel's first team. That was the lightbulb moment. The Daily Mail quotes a source close to Tuchel as saying, "We suddenly realized he was the answer to our problem." United could face Anderson themselves before the season concludes, with the Red Devils set to meet Forest in their penultimate Premier League fixture in May. As for Tuchel, the England manager has also been touted as a possible candidate to take charge at United from next season. Michael Carrick has been named interim head coach until the end of the campaign, and numerous names have already emerged as potential long-term contenders for the role, which is said to include Tuchel. Manchester United midfielder Casemiro will reportedly trigger a 1-year extension in his contract if he starts 35 matches during the 2025-26 campaign. The 33-year-old's deal, which is worth in the region of £300,000 a week, is due to expire this summer, and it is expected that the midfielder will leave on a free transfer despite once again being an important player during the current season. However, according to the Daily Mail, Casemiro will trigger a 1-year extension in his deal if he features from the start. On 35 occasions in all competitions this season, Casemiro will start his 19th match of the season when Man United face Manchester City in Saturday afternoon's Manchester Derby at Old Trafford. However, the Red Devils only have another 16 matches left this term after the Derby, so the Brazilian would have to be in from the start in every game for the remainder of the season in order for the extension to be activated. Casemiro's future was again called into question over the summer following a difficult 2024-25 campaign for the midfielder, but he has been a strong performer this term. There have recently been suggestions that Man United are keen to keep hold of him, especially as Manuel Ugarte is likely to be sold this summer. However, Kobbie Mainoo now looks set to stay at Old Trafford following the departure of Ruben Amorim, while 2 new midfielders could arrive this summer. Casemiro made the move to Man United from Real Madrid in the summer of 2022, and he has represented the 20-time English champions on 145 occasions in all competitions, scoring 21 goals and registering 13 assists in the process. Casemiro has been one of the best defensive midfielders in world football for a long period, with the majority of his success coming at Real Madrid. There were huge question marks when Man United handed him a 4-year deal with the option of an additional 12 months in the summer of 2022, but the Brazilian has shown his quality at Old Trafford during a difficult period for the club. It is time for both parties to move on, though, and Casemiro is likely to have plenty of options to make a lucrative move to Saudi Arabia or the United States.